Well, welcome everyone, and welcome to our first Business Booster of 2025. Happy New Year to you all. Thank you for joining us. You would have seen that tonight I've got a special guest joining us. She's recently made Silver Executive Director, so big congratulations, Margaret, on that. But I thought it was a good idea to bring Margaret in tonight to actually start talking about how she used the challenges as well as the incentives to build her business. Margaret, I'll throw over to you. If you can tell us a little bit about yourself for all those who haven't had the pleasure in meeting you just yet.
Yeah, hi. Thanks, Andrew, for inviting me on tonight. It's a real honour to be asked, and thank you for your support as well. I first met Mannatech in 2017 when I decided to try and lose weight. I tried their weight loss products, and 90 days later, I had lost 23 kilos and 75 centimetres. I was a Manna girl. I was committed. I decided to share the secret of my fat loss success, and then my business started. I live in Bathurst, and smaller community. People saw me walking around going, "Oh, wow, what have you done?" And it just boomed from there, which was amazing. I'm a registered nurse working in mental health, aged care, women's health, and NDIS fields. I have a passion for health promotion. I take a lot of my clients to the doctors who put them on medication, and I have to bite my tongue. But I see the chronic health illnesses that are around, and I realise there are natural remedies for that. And Mannatech is such an important part of this goal. Like, I love my Mannatech products, and as I said, there's a fine line where, yeah, I have to take clients to the doctors and they get prescribed medication, but then I have other people that approach me and ask about the natural remedies.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Excellent. Well, and we're glad that you are a Manna girl. Thank you for sticking around with us. And since you joined Mannatech, how many travel incentives have you actually attended, and which was your favourite?
Okay, I had to backtrack and think. I've earned 6 travel incentives: Fiji, Uluru, Hobart, Queenstown, Phuket, and Bangkok, all of which were unique and fabulous opportunities. And I thank Mannatech for giving me that chance. I was lucky enough to take my husband with me on 3 incentives and my sister on another one. Mannatech incentives make me feel so appreciated and supported, more so than any other company I've ever worked for. I was going to put in there, and I will now, like working for New South Wales Health and other health providers. They'd certainly never send me away overseas to say, "Oh, good job, well done." So that was so good. I had to think about my favourite incentive, as they all had such different positive experiences. I think my favourite would have to be Bangkok. I was out of my comfort zone, meeting new Mannatech community, people that I had never met before. But wow, what a wonderful opportunity to develop new friendships, new ideas, and lots of fun and laughter. It was amazing. Like, as I said, I didn't know anyone else on the trip. They were part of my sort of Mannatech team. But we all bonded together. The highlight of the whole Bangkok was having breakfast with Dr. Nugent, Kevin Robbins, and Landon Frederick.
Wow.
What an inspiring experience that was.
Yeah.
That was just amazing. I still get goosebumps thinking about that. And just a shout out, what happens at level 21 stays at level 21.
I have heard some stories, so not all of it's apparently, but
Yeah. It was just a really good bonding experience after a day out, and it was just amazing.
Oh, good. Excellent. Well, hopefully you're excited about Manifest as well. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. And so previously, or at the beginning of tonight, I discussed a bit about your business and how you primarily built using the True Health weight loss system. You've had great success with it in the past. So could you explain how the Healthy Habits Challenge will benefit your business?
I think it's a really great way. I've invited a lot of my clients to the Facebook page and the Healthy Habits Challenge. Some of them have declined to fill the survey in, and that's their prerogative. And yeah, a lot of the mums are still, they've said to me, oh, we're still eating junk because it's school holidays, and that's okay too. I mean, one thing I've learnt with the business is everyone is different, and that's what we have to accept. But I think the inviting our clients and prospective clients to this community with a common goal, having recipes, motivation, and accountability certainly raises their awareness and their interest. Oh, heck, yeah, what could I do? Maybe I should look at doing that. The education and the information and the supportive community is sort of in a way, with school holidays and mums, it's like, oh, there's something out there that I can look at and that I can think about doing in my life. So I thank Mannatech for doing that, because it's just a great idea at this time of the year. As I say to a lot of my clients, how many people buy a weight loss product in the supermarket, chemist, or elsewhere? The tub box then sits in the cupboard and they don't lose any fat.
Well,
So it's an important reminder that what you put in is what you get out.
yep,
Um, Part of my business is, once someone does sign up to lose fat, I always check in on them once a week at least to see how they're going. I think it's really important. We're not the box in the cupboard that you buy and leave it sitting there. Reaching out, how are you going? What are your challenges? What are your wins? What are your obstacles? I had a lady today message, and she'd lost 5 kilos since
wow,
December, and that's awesome. And
yeah,
that probably keeps me going as well.
mm,
And we also have all those resources like the food diary, the recommended food list, the weight tracker, mindful eating tips.
yep,
And that's just such a part of what we do in Mannatech. We don't just sell them a tub of stuff and say, off you go. I try to do, and I'm sure a lot of other consultants do, we follow up on their journey. And also, I think it's really good that we offer a 90-day money back guarantee. Does anyone else offer that? I wonder.
You mean other businesses? I doubt it. No, I don't think there's any that
Yeah.
offer such a long period of getting your money back if need be.
Yeah.
Other than IKEA, they have a 365-day one.
Is that after you put
It's a
it
bit different
together,
for
or
us.
when you do you have to put together first, or?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I haven't used it yet. So.
Yeah, and I think that's such an important thing to remember, that,
Mm,
hey, give this a go, you know, and you've got nothing to lose but fat. This is one
yeah,
of my little catchphrases, and if you don't lose any fat after 90 days, well, you get a money back guarantee.
yeah, yeah. That's brilliant.
Mm.
And how do you? Because you've brought up community now for a couple of times.
Hmm.
How do you promote community amongst your team?
Um,
Do you do like weekly calls or anything like that, or is it an individual thing,
I
or are
try
you
to do
using
an
that? Sorry,
sorry.
go on. No,
Yeah.
no, go on.
No, I try to do an individual thing. I don't actually have a big community, as in other consultants. So
Yep,
I just do the one-on-one with my clients, and I'll message them once a week. If they're
yep,
going all right, it can go down to once a month, but they know I'm around.
yep.
They know that it's full online support. If you're having a problem, someone doesn't like Ozoline, we'll try it in maybe pineapple juice, or
Oh yeah,
unsweetened, of course. Um, so they're not buying something and then not using it. My biggest goal is, you've purchased something. Hey, what can we do to get you to use it?
yeah, yeah. That's brilliant. So I guess the challenge and the page that we've created is helping with the community as well for you guys.
Absolutely.
Yep,
Yeah. Yeah.
perfect. So do you combine the incentive and challenge programs? As in, specifically, will you be using the Healthy Habits Challenge to earn the final points needed for Manifest incentives?
Absolutely. How can I not? It's double points this month.
Oh, it
So,
certainly is. On everything
yeah,
as well.
yeah. So, people that are looking, thinking, sorry, I'm just going to my next page so I don't lose my plot. Um, it's a fabulous way to combine clients and potential clients in a like-minded community. And this is how I have tried to involve like people. I know, they all haven't taken advantage of the survey, but they're looking at it. They're looking at what we're doing as consultants, going to Pilates, going for a swim. Chris, you're amazing. Like, I was tired just looking at you. You're incredible. But people can see that and think, well, they can do that. Why can't I?
Mhm.
It's a way of building relationships and developing communication with the world out there so
Mhm.
that they know, hey, there's another way to think about this. And I thank Mannatech for developing this challenge. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
it's
Good.
been a real boost. Thank you.
Excellent.
And I also think potential clients who are sitting on the fence will be encouraged to join. Existing clients, we can introduce our Ambertoes Nutrition Bounce Back, Hormone Health and other products as they go. So it does open up a whole new audience for our Mannatech products.
Excellent. Do you have anything, well, because that's the end of my questions I kind of had lined up for you. Do you have anything you want to elaborate on that was spoken about tonight, or any final words that you'd like to leave everyone to think about?
Um, Look, I know a lot of people have been in Mannatech a lot longer than I have, and I'm not trying to tell anyone else how to run their business, but for me, staying positive has been the greatest thing. Once I lost my Facebook page with 3,500 people, it was like, oh, what am I going to do? But I think just got to keep moving forward and doing what you can. I think working in Bathurst, living in Bathurst, small country town, you meet people down the street. Oh, how you going? You look great. Yeah. Just making the most of your opportunities without being pushy.
Yeah.
I think pushy is a real turn off.
Well, no one wants to be sold anything, I don't think, really.
No.
Deep down, no one really wants to sell
Yeah,
something to other people either. It's all about the if you've had a good experience with something, of course you're going to tell people about the good experience, and then hopefully that they jump on board with that as well.
yeah.
Um,
And I think
you,
it's important to remember that you're offering a service,
mhm,
not trying to sell. You're offering a
yeah,
service to them.
definitely. And that would probably make it easier as well for the odd occasion where it is declined, the service.
Yeah,
But I guess if you offer it as a service and you're trying to help people, then it's up to them if they take the help or not, really.
exactly. Yeah. And don't take it personally. Like, if they
Yeah.
don't, take it up. I don't take it personally anymore. I just think, okay, well, that's sort of your loss, and like, not being nasty, but yeah, that's your
No,
loss. And yeah,
yeah, that's definitely how you have to look at it, I think. You touched on being in a small community. How do you
yeah.
find new clients with being in a small community?
I've been doing markets,
Yep.
which has been really good. You get that interaction. You're not going to sell anything at the markets, but
Yeah.
you're going to make contacts. I have 5 people that want to speak to me this month that I've met at the markets, just to go through their health assessment and things like that. It does certainly help, but then there's also the outreach to other areas. It's word of mouth, and oh, Margaret's really good.
Yep.
Give her a buzz, see what she can do for you. And that really does help. Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, anything else to add?
Really looking forward to Manifest.
Oh, yeah. Good plug.
I hope we make it. Yeah.
Excellent.
And
Well,
thank you for the opportunity. Really
no,
appreciate it.
thank you. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I won't cut it off just there. Does anyone else want to add anything about how they might be using the challenge and to go or to help out with manifest incentive, or what have people done in the past when we've had these challenges, as in the healthy weight loss challenges, not other challenges? Bella, in the past, have you used the challenge to help with your business?
Oh, yes. So when Vincent and I joined Mannatech, the weight loss challenge was actually like gone. Like we saw the previous one, but from the year that we joined, there was not such challenge. So what we just did a sort of like our like small program. We were encouraging people, if you do weight loss, weight management, then we can celebrate together by giving some gifts, and like like I was using my sort of like loyalty points, and giving them some mana bands and sort of stuff.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Yeah, we used that kind of little challenge, and
Yes.
that definitely helped us to achieve the incentive as well. That was part of the challenge. I mean, part of the activities that we did for helping incentives. Yes.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Patsy, I'm going to pick on you now. Can you come off mute? Have you previously used the challenges, like the healthy challenges, weight loss challenges, to boost your business?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've used it a lot, particularly focusing on the older age group.
Ah, yes. Perfect.
And I particularly focus on using the Oso as well.
Yep.
Because, to increase, I suggest to them that from around the age of 40, they start to lose muscle, and how important Oso is to add to their program.
Yep. Because of all the protein.
And that has worked particularly well because it also has enabled them to lose weight.
Perfect.
So I really enjoyed that a lot. And now in 2025, I'm reviewing. I haven't joined this program this year simply because I'm really looking at focusing on everything.
Yep.
Not just the weight loss,
Yes.
but wellness, and how to particularly focus on the ambrotos.
Yes. Well, that's actually something that we are pushing this year as well, is Ambrotose Complex.
Yes.
It's our mother flagship product. When you can lead with that and get a good result, then everything else just kind of follows suit, really.
Yeah.
Just slips into place.
Currently out there, people are challenged because things are so costly.
Mm.
And when they kind of sort of say, I can't afford that,
Yep.
it is really easier to challenge them to just use the Ambrotose to get started.
Mm.
And then we'll add every bit along the way.
Yep.
But it's just getting them on board, particularly, people are challenged right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how we're going to work. The team and I are going to work. We're going to work from combining everything and using everything, even if it's going to be in bits and pieces.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The other thing is I'm waiting to confirm I'm heading to Bowen in February.
Yes.
And we've got something like 5 meets organized for 4 days.
Oh, wow.
But I'm just waiting for confirmation from the team up there. And some of the encouragement I've given them is to suggest that they build up such a group that they can have a big Christmas party at the end of the year.
I like it.
We'll come. We'll come. So incentives.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I just want to thank Margaret. Man, you're great, Margaret, the way that you present and talk. It's and you're such a lot of fun. So thanks for sharing tonight. I got a lot out of what you said. I've got a couple of things I'd like to share. And first of all, I just want to say, I think Healthy Habits is a great name, because it can encompass everybody. Like, when we know everyone will benefit from it anyhow, but I know, like for me, sometimes I sort of always sort of think, how do I approach this, weight loss? And they might think, oh, who does she think she is, trying to, because I'm sort of, yeah. So I just sort of think I always find, how do I approach that market? Because I haven't got that story, necessarily. Yes. So I guess what I'm trying to say, I think, hearing you tonight, I think Healthy Habits is great, because it is really about that. And it's, anybody can come in. We can invite people to this group to participate and to get some great info, like Margaret said. I think Dr. Nugent's talk from 3 weeks ago was very, very a good insight again. And Patsy talked about it, the protein that women need, the protein that men need, and just all those, the value of that, as we go through life. And yeah, the chocolate, we only have chocolate there. So I loved it when Margaret said, maybe put it with pineapple. Or something, apple, I don't know, something, because of course we haven't got the vanilla, and I'm not really personally a chocolate person, and so that's, and I know others aren't as well. And then price versus value, just last thing I got to say, I went and bought an ice cream the other day and sat with my dog in the park and ate this lovely ice cream, and I paid $4.90 for it. It was lovely ice cream, $4.90, for just one little ice cream. And it's about $4.50 a day, isn't it, on Osaline, isn't it? Something like that. So I always think of price versus value, so the price is what we pay, isn't it? The value is what we get from it. So it's just sort of helping establish that in people's minds too. So thanks. I love the Healthy Habits, and I'm going to invite my, my own people too, at the existing people I have, and some new people. So thanks very much.
Excellent. No, well, thank you.
I'll add something.
Yeah, definitely, Diana.
Andrew, I mean,
Yes.
I think most of the people on this call would know this, but we've got the Osaline and the shake, but to also, and maybe you start there, but to personalize the program for people. I think it was Patsy saying she missed the True Pure. Well, the purpose of the True Pure is to detoxify, because that's one of the keys to effective fat loss, is to be able to have the body have a way of detoxifying. So there's two alternatives in our product suite there. One, my first choice would be AO, and we used to add AO in as a complement to a weight loss program if people were on a plateau. Because it can be due to too much toxic load liberated into the body, and the body's going, I'm not dropping any more fat cells until I can flush out those toxins. So AO is a product that could be added into someone's program, particularly if they're carrying a lot of fat, to keep them in the fat burning zone. And of course, the other one is GI Pro. And if you listen to Dr. Nugent's original launch presentation of the GI Pro, several of the probiotics that are incorporated in that formula have been scientifically validated to support weight loss. So fat loss. So, some sort of simple dialogue around that for people could encourage them to add that product into their program. And then the other baseline support to any weight loss program is micronutrients, right? So we've got that in the shake, but we've also got that in Nutriveris and in Catalyst. Well, Catalyst is on back order right now, but any word, Andrew? How long?
No, afraid not on that one. I do apologize.
Okay, well then Nutriveris would be a choice, and I know plenty of stories from the past where people have been stuck or plateaued and they've added Nutriveris in and they've gone back into the fat burning zone.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, and I believe that's because of the micronutrients in there, right? The body's going, okay, I'm nourished at a cellular level. I'm safe to drop the fat.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing, my experience in the past in focusing on fat loss programs, is some way to transition people onto long-term maintenance, like with our catalyst, our ambrotose, our our core 5, whatever's their priority. Because I agree with Patsy, some budgets are becoming a little bit more contracted, and so we need to personalize and prioritize, and educate the value of our suggestions to the individual.
Like Colleen mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my tips. And then may have already been pretty much said, but with Osaline, there is so many health benefits. I'd be featuring those as well, because I take, Osaline was a staple in my product choices. Everyone who's met me personally, I'm a size 8, right? I don't need it for fat loss, but I take it for the bone density. And I forget who said, I think it was Patsy, lean to fat, I'm way past menopause, the lean to fat ratio maintenance. And also, non-compliant statement, but we're all friends here. I've got a family history of heart disease, so I want to make sure I'm digesting that fat effectively.
Yeah.
So for what it's worth, that's my additional.
While I've got you, you made mention that so previously with the when we had the True Health bundles and everything, did you use those bundles to build your business?
When I was focusing on fat loss, promotion, it was more when Osaline was the main one. Yeah. Yep. Because I learned that I needed to be able to transition people for longevity of client. I needed to be able to transition them into our core 5.
Yep.
Like I've got a few clients that maintain on Osaline, but also with some of the core 5.
Yep. Perfect. And how did you, because Colleen mentioned earlier that she found it hard talking to people about weight loss when she hasn't been in that situation herself, I believe. So how do you approach weight loss topic, talking about it to someone new?
When I'm talking to someone, I mean, everyone here again is well educated in this. I'm asking questions and listening. What is their goal?
Yep.
And if I hear a weight loss goal, then I'll go down that track.
Yep.
Right. So, but I'm not actively promoting weight loss. But if I hear in the course of conversation, I hear that that's their priority, then I'll go down that track.
Yep.
But I'll always be conscious of transitioning them onto some sort of long-term health.
Mm-hmm.
Not that our weight loss isn't, but it is. But you got to keep going for the why, what the motivation is.
Yeah.
Because people, I think it was Margaret, and maybe Margaret can educate us on what her system of long-term support is for weight loss, to keep people going when they hit those road bumps, because they do.
Yeah. Okay, Margaret, that's a tricky one for you. How do you re-motivate people to continue on the journey?
Well, I think the weekly phone calls, or letting them know that they can reach out to me. But some people will say, oh, I had a really bad weekend, I ate what I shouldn't have. Well, that's okay. Today's a new day. Let's see what we can do from here. So if they've had a blowout and eaten lots of junk, don't give up. Just try and encourage them to keep going. Once they've lost their weight and they're happy at their goal weight, then keep going on the Osaline or the shake. Have a shake once a day, because then you have your nutrition for the day. I have a lot of nurses who, like me, go to work and don't have time for lunch or anything. So keep maintaining your nutrition intake. I think another important thing too is a lot of women in my age group are going through menopause. So introducing Plus has certainly made a difference. So if they're reaching a plateau or it's not working, then I try to introduce Plus or probiotic, and we work through what we can do to get that weight loss goal.
Yep. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, one of the things I used to do in the initial discussion with people is, like we do, tie down their why, but why is it they want to lose weight?
Yep.
Not just I want to lose weight. What's your motivator? See if I can, what would that mean to you? What would you be able to do that you feel like you can't do now?
Mm.
You know, really. And so when you hit that road bump, you can go back to that.
Mm.
And the other thing is, if they're a 18 or a 20 size, and I say, well, and then, I say, well, what's your goal weight? And they might say your goal size. So they might say 12. Then I'll say, and how long is it since you've been a 12? Right. So I get them to think about how realistic is that goal and how long might it take them
to get there,
to achieve that, so that they're starting to build realistic expectations. And when you ask them, what could you do if you had that your goal weight that you can't do now, then you're starting to get a bit of a view of their health goals as well.
Yeah.
And the other thing, Margaret, it went through my head, I don't know how useful it is, but when Osaline was first launched, and there was a big push, it was like November, I think, right near Christmas. And I got a bunch of people started on it. And the people that started on it before Christmas, even though they, nobody who maintains their diet at Christmas. I mean, I say, don't worry about it, just let go.
Yep.
But they didn't put on weight, which traditionally is the time that people put on weight if they took their Osaline through the Christmas period.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that was a repeated result. Yeah, at the time.
And I think using the food diary, I'm going back to what was in the old system, and I produced that for other people. And then when I do ring them and they say, I haven't lost any weight, and we go through their food diary and we look at mindful eating. And I think that's a really important stepping stone for them moving forward. When they have lost the weight they want to lose, hopefully they have learned how to eat mindfully.
Yeah.
And think about what they're putting in their mouth.
Actually, sometimes the weight loss doesn't show up because the muscle has developed more and therefore it's heavier. So that's also something to be really mindful as to remind them, because it can be really demotivating for them if they're not supposedly losing weight.
Yeah.
But the
and
other
I think that's
thing,
a good thing.
yeah,
Sorry.
and the other exciting thing I find with all of that is to really talk up dress size.
Absolutely.
Yeah, rather than, because nothing's more exciting for anyone to drop a size.
Do you know what's really exciting? And I'm sorry for the guys here, but when I have a client that says to me, oh, I had to go and buy new undies because I've lost weight, or I had to buy a new bra because I've lost weight. It's those little things that, it's really motivating for them.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yes. That's a very good point. And if they did that with me, I'd say get some really sexy ones.
Absolutely. Love it.
I think something else to remember is as well that you shouldn't ever, well, I'm a big believer that you shouldn't ever deny yourself anything. So if anyone wants a little bit of chocolate, go and have that little bit of chocolate. Because if you deny yourself, by the time you get around to eating it, there's the bar gone.
Absolutely.
And I know from experience. So, so definitely do not deny yourself. And if anyone's hard on themselves because they missed a day, there's always tomorrow. So
it's okay. Yeah, it's all right. Absolutely. Yep.
Excellent. Well, does anyone else have anything else they'd like to add to tonight? Because time got nothing.
No.
No. Well, thank you so much, Margaret, for joining me on tonight's call. And thank you to everyone else for joining us tonight, being the first Business Booster of the year. It's very exciting. 2025, here we come. But that's it from us. So have a good night. Thank you very much again. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Thanks
Good
a
night.
lot. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.